Hello everybody. If you watched my BTS proof video, you will know that I am currently in the middle of listening to that album. I just listened to the 3 new songs, but the demo versions feature Tony Montana featuring Jimin. And I have not listened to any of Agust D's solo work yet. Not because I don't like it or because I don't think it's good, but because I don't like not having things. I like having my cake and eating it too. And I understand that you can't have both, so I just have the cake instead of eating it, if that makes any sense. So I haven't listened to any of his music, but we do need to listen to this for his first self-titled album, so that I may listen to the Tony Montana featuring Jimin version. You know how it works, listening to the album, track 1 all the way through, lyric video, then music video if there is, when we're starting with the intro. Incredible intro. Obviously sounds just like the cipher, so I'm trying to see if this came out before or after the cipher. Hold on. Call me Bepsay Kanji Set Day. Is it Bepsay? That's clearly the background of Bepsay. When did Bepsay come out? Bepsay came out in 2015. Okay, so Bepsay predates this song. I know the song, and I know it's not this song because I've heard it. STD. Is that an Agust D song? Am I going crazy? Is that not a BTS song? Okay, maybe I'm just going crazy. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Google's telling me it's gonna be the next song on this album, so we're gonna hold our opinions, but I like how this song sounds like Bepsay, because you know I love Bepsay, and Bepsay predates the song, so I'm guessing that he sampled, maybe these songs were written around the same time, or maybe he sampled Bepsay, as he should, as per his producer yoongi writes. But a very cute intro. I love it. It sounds great. Very fun and hype. Now we're gonna listen to Agust D, his self-titled track on his self-titled album. Maybe it's this song. I thought that was a BTS song this whole time that I heard. Oh, that's awkward. Hello, mayo. He's iconic. G to the U to the STD. And my tongue. I swear to God, I thought this was a cipher. I love this song. I literally thought this whole time that this song was a cipher. How did I not know that this was an Agust D solo song? I feel silly. I feel big, dumb, and silly now. I didn't realize that this was a solo song. Besties, I would give anything to hear this song live. Anything at all to hear this fucking song live. I would lose my mind. I would lose my mind if I heard this song live. I'm so sorry, yoongi. I'm so sorry that I thought that this song was on a cipher this whole time. Cause I knew his whole fucking rap. Cause I've heard it 1,000 times. And I was like, yeah, I know that part. It's on a cipher, cause I've heard it. Big dumb dummy. I love his solo work though, because even though I haven't properly listened to any of it, I know that all of the rappers really, with their solo work, they lean way more into being cocky and arrogant. And that's the energy that I hope everybody brings to the table in all of their music everywhere. But BTS music is very humble. Like, yet to come, they're like, they call us the best, but we're just here for the music. But yoongi's here like, I'm sorry that you fucking suck compared to me, loser. I make all you bitches jealous. And everybody here knows that I'm the hottest bitch in the room. And I love that for him. I love that for him. I love profanity in a song. I feel like sometimes people try to keep it too family friendly. He's like, no, fuck you. Kiss my ass, bitch. Period. Period. And I love that for him. I love that for him, and I'm very excited to watch this music video. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Blonde yoongi. Absolutely gorgeous. He's so hot. I'm obsessed with this man. G to the U to the STD. I love how he insults people in Korean and in English. The power that this man holds, I love him. That is so incredibly cool. He's iconic. He's so cool. I love him. I love him so much. He's so cool. And he knows that he's so cool. This was in 2016, so this was 4 years ago, so he was 26? Oh, incredible, absolutely incredible. He looked amazing, he sounded amazing. I love his solo work because as much as I do love the more poppy and balladful songs that BTS has, because I love their range, Agust D is a rapper. This is pure rap hip-hop music. Love it. Absolutely fucking incredible. The beat, so fucking good. The rap's absolutely incredible. Arguably, Yoongi is my favorite writer on the BTS team. I love Namjoon. I love Hobi. I love all of them. But every single time I hear Yoongi rap break, it never fucking misses. His writing style is so good. I love him. I love his writing. So every single line in this song absolutely eats. He's incredible. He's incredible and I love him. There was a line in the song that I wanted to talk about. I completely forgot what it was. 'Cause I don't agree. That line. I will simply bury you alive in the grave you dug out yourself is so fucking good. It is incredible. That line is so good. I want it tattooed on the inside of my eye so I can read it forever. It's so good. That is I think the best line that's ever been written ever. I will bury you alive in the grave you dug out yourself. Icon! We love Icon Min Yoongi. And you know, I don't necessarily think that all fast raps are good, just because you can rap fast doesn't mean that the quality of your rap or what you're rapping about is good, but like, he takes a really good rap and then adds the flair of a fast rap on top of it. It's just so good. I love this song. The song's incredible. I love Yoongi. He is amazing. Okay, next song is Give It To Me. This one also has a music video. This is so exciting. That's so good. What fucking song was that? One for the money, two for the show, just like us, so fine. Every day that we know, hey, the con clear side of me, yeah, it's so special. Byum, 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 byum. Telepathy? Disease. That's what I thought. Okay. Yeah, because Jamshi is telepathy. I love that we bring that phrase back around in Disease, because I think that those two are really good lyrical parallels, going from this song Give It To Me being like, I work so hard, I work harder than you, I never sleep, all I do is hustle and grind, so you need to give me all of these awards and accolades because I deserve them. Which, 100% correct. Yes, King. Absolutely. Everything for you, King. But also then later, years later in their career, putting out Dis-Ease, which takes that same line and is talking about how the hustle and grind culture is actually very toxic and tiresome. I love it. I love the connection between those two songs. Great song. I love when Yoongi says fuck. I think that there needs to be more profanity in BTS music, honestly. It's great. He's iconic, and he does deserve everything. He deserves the world. There is a line, though, that is apparently the most replayed part of the song. Is it a mistranslation? Or is it just the line of, I don't have an interest in your dick, so please keep living like that? Is this another win for the Bai Yoongi believers? I think it is. But like, what a fucking brutal line of being like, not only do I not respect you as a person or as an artist, I don't even think you're attractive. I don't even have an interest in your body. That's, wow. We stand Agust D just really tearing everybody down, as he should. He looks so cool. I love blonde Yoongi, honestly. As much as I love a long dark hair era, he looks really good. Very cool. Beautiful set, honestly. Love that this one connects to the last music video. Do I get why he's in a car wreck scene? No. But I rarely understand music videos, so that's not on him. He looks great. I love blonde Yoongi. Manifesting one of these days that his solo song gets a dance break. We'd love to see him dance. Now we get a skit, and you know I fucking love a skit. Aww. I always forget that Yoongi has a brother. That's so sweet. And it's really true. You need a good support system to follow your dreams. And I love that he has that. That's why BTS being 7 is very important to me, because they're family, their support system. They all need to be there supporting each other. Their relationship is very dependent on all of them being together. That was so cute. I love a skit. Especially since, again, I do not know this man personally. I don't know anything about his personal life. But from what I understand, his relationship with his parents isn't 100%. I think I've read in a couple interviews and things that he has said that like his parents didn't 100% believe in him. They wanted him to quit music. They wanted him to like, you know, get a real job. So the fact that he had his brother really there supporting him is very important to me. I love to know that he's loved. That being said, this lyric video has like I think the album art in the background, and one of the things it says is you need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say that's the bad guy. That line is so incredible. I am so excited for whatever song that's on. That's a brutal line. These lines, oh my god, he's such a good writer. I love yoongi. Next song is 724148. Incredible song. I don't know how I can love yoongi any more than I already do, but I do. This song is incredible. This song is incredible. I say that about literally all of his songs because all of his songs are incredible, but like rap as a genre is about storytelling and has come out of communities of color. Black people created rap and hip hop to like talk about struggles. It's like musical storytelling, like a musical, but like rap. I'm not here to explain rap to you, but the fact that this song is very much classic hip hop in that sense, I already love. But like talking about class disparity is amazing, and I love to hear it. Honestly, because number one, relatable. But number two, I think it's very important to talk about the fact because a lot of idols are like nepotism children that come from like big CEOs and are able to just like debut in a group because their parents paid for them to be there. But BTS truly came from nothing. The only people who really had money was like Jin, but like only kinda sorta. And that didn't like impact their success in any way. So yoongi being like, I genuinely was on that hustle and grind shit, working all night, going to work in the morning and going to class and like being exhausted 24/7 so that I can make my dreams a reality. I'm so proud of him. I love him so much. That's also how he fucked up his shoulder and the sacrifices that he made in order to debut. I'm really proud of him. Incredible. Just like the lyric where he said, like in his first song, Agust D, where he was like, all of you rappers should be lucky that I'm an idol and not a rapper. This is why. Because he's incredible. His storytelling is so good. I don't understand what that line was about the O2's area code though. So if somebody knows what the significance of his phone call having an O2 area code is, let me know. But yeah, the fact that like he would go hang out with people and they would just like go out drinking and they would spend like a month's worth of rent on drinks. I'm just so proud of him and the way that he's come up in the world. He's paving the way. I'm so proud of him, especially since, if you know anything about me, I went to a private art school for one semester before I was like, I cannot handle being around those types of people. The people who get foreign cars for their graduation gifts and will spend money like it's nothing. Because there's people like us, like me and yoongi, who have to fucking work. And then those people who are rich are like, what? You don't have any money? But then there will always be people like yoongi who succeed, who prove them wrong. And I love that for him. And he deserves to be so arrogant, and his ego deserves to be fed and be so large in this way because he truly was always, nobody believed in him. Nobody wanted BTS to succeed. Nobody wanted him to succeed. And look at him, succeeding. One of the richest men in Korea, as he should. I love him. Incredible. Love this song. What a good song. Oh my god. Okay. Next song, 140503. That it? Incredible. 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 Because these songs are just so good. I love hearing their, I like to just like pick their brain a little bit. And I feel like that these songs really do that perfectly. Like, obviously, it must be so isolating being a trainee. Because all you can do, especially if you're like that and you're on that hustle and grind 24/7, is be in the studio, be in the practice room, be in rehearsals, and you have no time to go and see your friends. That's why, oh, what the fuck was that show called? Brothers something. It's that episode where V goes to hang out with his friend for his birthday, and he's like, I haven't been able to hang out with anyone for months because all I do is see the members and like practice. And that must just be so isolating, and you must be so socially undeveloped, especially those members like the Magne members or members that start training when they're like 12 or 13, which I do have an issue with idol groups basically grooming these children. I do think it's odd that you're taking a child and you're like, you will devote your entire life to us. But like, if you're a child at that age, you don't know how to socialize with people, and then you're not out in the world, like talking to people and like learning how to be a person. You're in the studio, you're in rehearsals, and you just sort of grow up not learning social skills. So when you finally make it and they just sort of like release you out into the world to like go like talk and be on interviews, like, yeah, you're gonna be a little socially weird. And I love that Yoongi's talking about it, because obviously it's so true and nobody talks about it. But also that must just be so sad. That's why I do feel like, yes, being like BTS is 7 and they will always have each other is very important. And I do think that there is something to be said about having members around you that will always understand what you're going through, because they're the only people who are also going through the same thing. That's why I feel like having a group is very important for a longevity of a career, because you have each other to support each other, unless you're a group that's toxic. But also I feel like it can breed some sort of codependency where like all you have is each other. So that's why when I see them hang out with other people and have other friends, it's very nice to see. But then sometimes people on the internet want to be weird and be like, dating rumors. And I'm like, can people just hang out with other people without y'all being all up in their business, please? For the love of God. Okay, next song is The Last. You already know what I'm gonna say. I love this band. I love and respect this band with every ounce of my being. I would do anything for this band. This song is so fucking good. This song is fucking amazing. He's incredible. He's such a good writer. He's such a good storyteller. Okay, when I say that I love songs with big egos, it's because I believe that they come from a place of authenticity. I never want an artist to feel like they have to pretend to be like, wow, I'm so cool, I love myself, when they don't, because I don't feel like that's good either. I do believe fake it till you make it to some extent. I love the fact that he's been to therapy. Men need to be in therapy. Everyone needs to be in therapy, but especially when you're like in a really high stress job, like being an idol, I think therapy is very important. I'm glad to know that he's been in therapy, but I never knew that his mental health was like that bad. Because I've always known like, okay, Namjoon, mentally ill king, and he's worked through that, and he's working through that. I can't say overcome, because I do not know this man personally, but he's in a better place now than he was before. I'm glad to know that Yoongi also is in a better place, but I never knew that his mental health, I never knew was that bad. That's like, the fact that he was so beside himself that he was like, I'm turning into a monster, nobody knows who I am anymore, I don't even know who I am anymore. And the fact that he can be so candid and honest in his solo work is just so beautiful, and I love him, and I'm so happy that he's better now. I worry about him 24/7. I worry about all of them, honestly, but truly for those couple months in which he was out for his shoulder surgery, I worried about him so much, because he just like, he is so kind. And I know that that's an odd thing to say after all of these songs are basically like, fuck you, but he's just so kind. And he's so full of love, and the fact that he's been through so much and he's still such a kind and caring and open person is just so very important to me. And I love that he has overcome all of this. Obviously I'm not going to be like, oh well, I'm glad that he suffered because it like helped him grow as a person, because I think that's a dumb way to go about it. But like, I am happy that he is so better now, and that he's able to make music that he loves and is able to just like, you know, be better, and that they're all genuinely just in a better place. I feel like in the early years, especially since this album came out in 2016, in the dark ages in which they were all really going through it, like seeing videos of them when they were like a little bit younger, like 2014 to 2017, when they would like make a mistake on something and then they would just like lose it, they would be so upset, and then seeing them now make a mistake and just be able to laugh it off, like just seeing that they're like mentally a lot better. I love that for them, because I want them to be okay. I worry about them mentally so much, because again, I've said it 1,000 times, it must be so stressful to be in BTS. Like, to be the best, to be the face of K-pop and K-pop music to a lot of people, to sort of have that pressure of being like, if we make one wrong step, it could sort of end your career. That must be so stressful. And the fact that like that stress and his imposter syndrome and his anxiety, depression really like fucked him up. I hate that. I wish he didn't have to go through that, but I'm very, very happy that he's better now. And just like the lines in the song is so good. So fucking sad, but in like a very real and personal way, and I love how personal the song is. Just, oh my god. It's not that you guys who betrayed us didn't do it, it's that you couldn't. That is insane. That's an insane line. Just the knowledge that if people could turn their backs on you, they would, is almost worse than people turning their backs on you, isn't it? Like, he fought so hard to be where he is today. That's why when people like to discount how much BTS has done and the fact that they are #1 in paving the way, I just can't talk to those kinds of people, because I'm like, you don't get it. You don't get it. The girlies who get it, and the girlies who don't. They've worked so hard. The debut that I clutched onto, you guys just pretend like you suffered. That's why when I see some artists that I've talked about in other videos, even though I love them, there are other artists who are like, oh, we're just so weird, we're outcasts, we're just so different, we're not like other groups. I'm like, aren't you though? There are people who have really worked for their come up, and I'm not saying that other artists other than BTS do not work very hard and are not very talented, but like Yoongi said, you guys just pretend that you suffered. He suffered for his art. He has gone through it. He has done so much and more than anybody else could have to be where he is. And that's why I'm just so incredibly proud, and I very much support when he's like, I'm the best and fuck you. Because yeah, he is. And he's worked very hard to get to a point in which he can say that. Do I believe that other groups have also had to face struggles? Yes. Do I believe that other groups have had people telling them that they couldn't make it? Yes, of course. But do I believe that anybody's experienced it to the extent that BTS, specifically Min Yoongi, has? No, I don't. They've been through so much. And I'm just so proud of all of them, but specifically Min Yoongi. I love him. I love him so much. I'm so proud of him. Oh my god. Okay. We have finally reached Tony Montana, the song that we need to listen to in order to get back to proof. Who is Tony Montana? Really love that. I might need someone to tell me who Tony Montana is. Oh, Scarface. Yeah, I've never seen it. Okay, so there's probably some sort of cultural relevance to that man that I don't understand because I've never seen that movie. Again, an incredible song. He doesn't make bad music, Min Yoongi. Again, the whole "you're praying for me to fail, aren't you?" connecting to the last song of being like, you didn't betray me because you didn't want to, but you didn't betray me because you couldn't betray me. The knowledge that like the people around you want to see you fail. Worse than them actually just sort of stabbing you in the back. And he talked about money in one of the other songs. I'm forgetting which one it was. I think it was 72, 41, 48, where he was talking about how he doesn't necessarily want money. Money and success are different but the same. But when you come from a lower middle class background, money is important. And while I fully agree with what he's saying, where money and success are different but also the same. Or success and happiness aren't the same, is what he said. But like, getting a lot of money does not automatically make you happy. But when you need money to like pay rent and eat and live, getting a lot of money is important. And I love that he talks about that sort of balance. Because I think a lot of people are either like, yeah, money makes you happy, I want nothing but bands on bands on bands, and like, good, fine for you. And then other people want to go in the complete opposite direction and be like, money will not make you happy, can't buy me love, blah, 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 blah. But like, then there's like the normal people who are like, no, money can, in theory, in some ways, make you happy, as not having to worry about where your next meal is coming from, sort of fixes a lot of mental health problems, doesn't it? I also love how he says he's not betting on anybody else's downfall, he's only betting on his own success. My fans, my family, and my team are first, period. Love that for him. I also really like Yankie's part of this. I'm very intrigued to see how this version is going to differ from the version with Jimin. But Yankie's part is really good. The "you're a hip-hop nothing, only getting older, look at me once, your complaints, blah blah blah. I said fuck the system, I said goodbye bye." That line's incredible. That line, there are just some lines that just like sound like really good. Is that the most creative writing wise? No, I think that there are more creative lyrics to ever exist ever, but some lyrics just sound really sharp, and that's one of them. I really like that one. But again, another incredible song by Agust D. Now we get an interlude. Beautiful interlude. We love music producer yoongi. I love his writing style, but I also love him as a producer. I love a cute little interlude. Now, last song is So Far Away. This is the one featuring Suran. The amount of times this has shown up on my Spotify mix that I've had to skip it because I haven't properly listened to it so many times. That guitar is so good. What a fucking good song. I'm obsessed with this. I'm obsessed with this whole fucking album. Oh my god, okay. This might be my favorite song. Possibly? Off this album. I think mostly because it's the last song. I think that having this whole album that's super dark, super personal, and ending with such a light, hopeful song at the end is so perfect, powerful. We love a king who recognizes the order of the album matters. Because there are a couple other BTS songs that are like this that really hit me personally, where being like, having a dream is important. Being stuck in the rat race of capitalism is bad for you. Just going to school and thinking if you just go to university, get a good job, then you'll be happy and fine, and like actually having a dream is very important. And him being like, even though your beginnings may be humble, may your end be prosperous. I just love yoongi. I'm gonna cry. I love him so much. Just incredible. The chorus also, Suran's voice, I hope I'm saying that right, is beautiful. The chorus is gorgeous. This song is so good though. Again though, very personal, kind of dark. His whole thing where he's like, give me some drinks. I want to get drunk today. Please don't stop me. I can't stand not being drunk. Is le petit scary. I know drinking culture in Korea is a le petit toxic. Like, I can imagine having a substance abuse problem would be very easy when you have a job as stressful as this, especially in a culture that does not treat getting drunk every day as a big of an issue as I personally would. But that's why I just get a little bit worried when I hear about idols being like, yeah, we go out and we just like drink every day. And I'm like, I understand that some people can do it in moderation, and that not everybody who does it automatically has a problem, but I worry. I worry a lot. So hearing that is just a tad bit worrisome. I don't love that. I'm trying to remember what other song they wrote that has the same theme, but they have another song that has like a line similar to Everybody Else Is Running, but I'm stuck standing right here. It's a really good song. If I remember it, I will put it on the screen. But this is an incredible album. When I say that I want deep, dramatic love songs, that could also be substituted for an album like this or songs like these. I like songs that feel personal, and these songs feel very, very, very personal. They're very true to life and very personal, and I can't imagine that he would ever perform this album live, especially so late after it's been released. He's so far removed personally from who he was when this album came out that I don't want him to have to go back and relive this, because I feel like this is a very painful album. But it did come out around the Wings era of 2016, in which they were all sort of going through it, in which every song that they put out around this time was like kind of really dark and really personal, and they really talked about how they were struggling, which I think is important. And I love how they feel comfortable enough to be so honest and candid. But it also does make me worry that they struggle this much. Hopefully that they don't anymore. Hopefully they're in like a better place and that they're a lot better mentally. But I worry about them just so much, because I always want them to be taking care of themselves. Like, when I see that they're getting off work at like 3 or 4 in the morning, I'm like, babes, for the love of God, please go to bed. I just worry about them, and I want them to always be taking care of themselves. And I feel like they still have remnants of that toxic hustle grind culture in their mind, where they're like, comeback season's here, no eat, no sleep, just rehearse. And I'm like, please take care of yourselves. I worry about them, and I love them, and I get that like they're big and successful because of all the hard work that they put into it, but I never think that that should be at the expense of like their well-being, because ultimately I care about them and how they are doing as people, because I love them. But this album is just so good. This album is so beautiful top to bottom. It is such a personal album. I could not imagine like writing, producing, and putting out something like this. Especially at such like a vulnerable point in their career, because it would be one thing if like he wrote this album now reflecting on how he felt back then, but like this came out in 2016 in which they were still really going through it. So to put this album out, it just shows so much strength and bravery, and I just, once again, love yoongi, love sugA, love Agust D, love him, want him to be incredibly successful and talented and beautiful, and I feel like if the Grammys weren't so fucking weird and xenophobic that they would have already had tens of Grammys by now. Because this is a Grammy-worthy album. This album is just, it's so good. Like, usually when I listen to an album, there will be at least one song in which I'm like, that song was okay, it's not my favorite. Every single song on this album is incredible. The only song that I'm like, okay, maybe I'll skip is an interlude, but that's just because it's an interlude and interludes are never really my favorite. But like literally every single one. Incredible. Every single song is so good. From the ultimate hype songs to the super deep and sad, dark personal songs, it's just such a really good album, and I'm incredibly proud of him, and I think that this is amazing. I don't think that this is an album that I could regularly listen to though, because it is so personal. It's not like a casual listening album. You have to be sort of in the right mind to listen to this album. But I'm just so incredibly proud of him. I love him so much. I hope that there are physical copies of this that I can buy so I can listen to it in my car. But yeah. Oh my god, do I want a solo yoongi performance so bad. Hobie just announced that he's going to headline Lollapalooza, and I cannot afford to go to Chicago right now in the middle of comeback season because everybody and their mother wants to fucking tour right now, and I just cannot afford to go to Chicago in the middle of the summer. But that's incredible, and I'm so incredibly proud of Hobie, and I hope that he does great on his comeback stage, but I also hope that one day we could get something like that for Agust D, because I would fucking kill the amount of men I would strangle to death to hear Agust D live. That is an infinite number, besties. I love him and he's amazing, and I can't wait to see what he does next, because isn't he working on his third solo album, right? Because he put out this and then he put out his next one, which is D2, and D3 is rumored to be coming out eventually, but you know, Tay was also supposed to have an album come out last year, so you know, we'll see. But let me know what you thought about this album. What's your favorite song? I don't think I could pick a favorite song. I think maybe So Far Away, just because it's like a little bit lighter, a little bit more hopeful, which I really like. I really liked, what the fuck was it? 174340. That song was also really good. I just love his storytelling. I love yoongi as a writer. Yoongi as a writer is probably my favorite yoongi side. I love seeing this side to him though, because the range that he has is incredible. To write something like Seesaw and then write something like Cypher Part 3, like he said in their proof like videos where he was like, I wanted to show my range as a writer, and like, yes, absolutely king, but also just like have really, really, really personal songs like this. He's just amazing and I love him so much. So let me know what you think about the album. What's your favorite song? Also, what is the significance of Tony Montana? Somebody who's seen Scarface, maybe explain that to me, because I don't care enough about movies to watch it, to actually understand it. But incredible album, incredible work. I love Agust D. I get why everybody's like, Agust D, he's incredible. I always knew that yoongi was incredible. He's always been my favorite writer. As much as I do love all the other members and their writing style, I think I am personally very biased towards yoongi and his writing style. So I knew that I was going to like his solo work, but I didn't know that it was going to be like this personal. It's incredible. So anyways, I need to go back to listening to Proof. So let me know what you think. And sometime soon I will have to go listen to D2, because if this is anything to go by, the next album is also going to be incredible.
You know that terrible feeling when you wake up and realize you forgot to charge your phone?
No, I don't forget to charge my phone, but I do know the feeling of waking up. It's unfortunate.